At this time, we'll also be receiving the drum corps and the 2018 graduating class of the Elmore Stout High School. remain standing for the national anthem and the territorial song. Together say our territorial pledge, which is printed in the program of the day. I pledge to my country, the territory of the Virgin Islands, to encourage national pride and dignity, render patriotic service, promote justice for all, be true to God, and remain dedicated to these Virgin Islands. Thank you. We'll now have our invocation by Mr. Dwayne Freites from the class of 1998.
I invite you to bow your heads as we pray. Oh God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your mercies that you have extended unto us. And we thank you for health, for life, and for strength. We thank you for bringing us to this point where we can celebrate with the graduating class of 2018. And we thank you for the mercies that you have imputed upon us. In a smart and special way, dear Father, we pray for the graduating class of 2018. You have brought us through adversity, and we ask, dear Father, that you will continue to be with them, that they will continue to move forward in faith, trusting in you. We thank you, dear Father, for bringing them through their various personal challenges. We may not know exactly the challenges that they may have faced as they were doing their studies, but we knew the challenges that we as a territory face. And we thank you for bringing them through despite this adversity. We are also praying a marked and special way for the parents, supporters, and well-wishers. We thank you, dear Father, for the support that they have provided, the encouragement, and all the necessary financial and other supportive aids that they have granted unto them, their Father, so that they can reach to this juncture. We also pray for the educators, for the teachers, the staff of the Elmore South High School, who have supported these students, who have taught these students, and have brought them to this juncture as well, we pray. We also pray for our government leaders and government officials, who have also lent support in providing the necessary leadership and policy management, their Father, necessary for them. And also we thank you for the community who have supported them, even through the struggles, even through the challenges that they may have faced, even having to relocate their Father to a different campus. We thank you, their Father, for what you have done. And we ask, their Father, that you will bless these proceedings, that what is said and what is done will be to your name's honor and glory. Once again, we thank you for your mercy, and we thank you for your love. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
You may be seated. The Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Dr. D. Orlando Smith, OBE, the Minister for Health and Social Development, the Honorable Ronnie W. Skelton, the Minister for Communication and Works, the Honorable Mark Vanterpool and Mrs. Vanterpool, the Minister for Education and Culture, the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, the Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Andrew Foy, the Junior Minister for Tourism, the Honorable Archibald Christian and Mrs. Christian, the Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull and Mrs. Turnbull, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education and Culture, Dr. Marcia Potter, the Acting Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education and Culture, Mrs. Connie George, the Deputy Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education and Culture, Dr. Lavon Charwell Bruley, the Chairman of the Board of Governors of the H.L. Stout Community College, Dr. Charles Wheatley, past principals, special recognition given to Mr. Elmore Stout and Mrs. Stout, other principals from all schools, other invited guests, particularly donors of awards, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, students, class of 2018, good afternoon. Today we join with the Elmore Stout High School faculty and staff, the students, and the graduating class of 2018 as we celebrate this milestone under the theme, Overcoming the Unimaginable, Surviving the Storm. Indeed, we as a community, along with the graduates, can attest to their journey of survival and overcoming. Surviving not only physical storms, but personal and academic storms to get to this place today where they can close one chapter of their academic journey. Class of 2018, we celebrate you. Let's give them a round of applause today. We say congratulations on this milestone, and we wish you continued blessing towards your future endeavors. We now call to the lectern to give our welcome for today, the salutatorian of the class of 2018, Miss Shamika Langford.
I recognize the protocol already established. To everyone here, good afternoon. Today is a special day in so many ways. We, the graduating class of 2018 of Elmore Stout High School, feel exceptionally blessed and fortunate to be able to celebrate this momentous occasion. It is indeed an extraordinary achievement for each of us to have made it here, and we are delighted to welcome all of you to share this day with us. An extra word of welcome must go to our family, friends, and generous guests who have traveled far and wide to share today with us. We literally appreciate you going the extra mile. Speaking of miles, haven't we all beaten the odds and come a long way together? In the words of Thomas Carlyle, a Scottish philosopher, we are the miracle of miracles. We cannot understand it. We know not how to speak of it, but we may feel and know that it is verily so. We, the class of 2018, are a powerhouse of resilience, courage in adversity, and stamina. We have pushed boundaries in every possible way to attain to where we are today. And it is in this vein of fortitude that I welcome one and all, parents, friends, government officials, administration, and faculty of Elmer Stout High School. Our hope is that you will enjoy this occasion with us, that we will strengthen the bonds and fellowship that bind us together. Sit back, relax, and take delight in our ceremony. We thank you.
We thank you, Ms. Langford, for that wonderful welcome this afternoon. At this point, we'll have congratulatory remarks by the Premier Doctor, the Honorable D. Orlando Smith, OBE.
Thank you, Chair Lady. I'd like to say good afternoon to all gathered here. First, of course, I have to recognize the Minister of Education, Honorable Myron Walwyn, who's on the stage with me, the administrators of the secondary school, and all the other guests on the platform, my colleagues, to my left, the Honorable Minister of Health, Honorable Bonnie Skelton, the Honorable Archibald Christian, Minister of Tourism, and Archibald Christian and Mrs. Christian, Honorable Mark Van der Poel, Minister of Communication Works, and Mrs. Van der Poel, Honorable Marlon Penn, member for the 8th District, and also the Honorable Mitch Turnbull, member for the 2nd District. So of course, to my right-hand side, the Honorable Leader of Population, Mr. Andrew Foy. Ladies and gentlemen, again, good afternoon. It is my privilege to join the hardworking educators, parents, and the wider Virgin Islands community in congratulating you, the 2018 graduates of the Elmer Stout High School. Congratulations, good job, well done. I stand before you this afternoon in awe of the distinguished and hardworking and hard-earned accomplishment awarded to each of you on this unforgettable and long-awaited day of your graduation. You have achieved a very important accomplishment. You faced significant challenges due to the August 2017 floods and hurricanes Irma and Maria. And like so many of your counterparts around the territory, you have overcome enormous odds to be able to proudly achieve this very significant academic and personal milestone. You are here ready to take on the world. I invite you to pause for a short while and breathe at it. Not only are you all successful graduates receiving diplomas for academic achievement, you also taken hold of the reward for your commitment to overcoming the challenges of being trusted into a vastly different environment and yet remain vigilant in your study. I'm certain many of you are familiar with the popular game Fortnite. In Fortnite, Save the World, players are faced with a storm and are tasked with collecting resources to survive. Just as in Fortnite, to survive in this world, you will need to collect resources along the way, all of which you will draw upon over time. All these resources combined will aid in your development as a successful individual. With that being said, my message today is simple. Shift your thinking, embrace the journey, and make a difference. The whole point of a shift in thinking is to better yourself, your education, your relationship, and everything else that matters in your life. This year, sharpen your personal character with skills that have proven you will be very strong, and resilient in the face of great hardship. And now as you move on to the next phase of your life, you'll be able to harness and make use of these newly acquired attributes. As we all know, the future of our thoughts, as we all know, the nature of our thoughts determine the quality of our lives. Even in the face of worst of circumstances, the truly resilient will rise. And this you have done. Following the floods of 2017 and Hurricanes Irma and Maria, you were all faced with changes that no one could prepare you for. Now you are more fully equipped to carve out a future for yourselves while making your contribution to an improved Virgin Islands that is stronger, smarter, greener, and better. Secondly, I implore you to embrace the journey. One of the greatest gifts you can give to yourselves is the opportunity to decide without apology to commit to the journey and not to the outcome. There will always be more freedom to acquire and more truth to uncover when it comes to learning. You will never arrive at a fixed destination. This is the glory and reward of striving to master your craft and embarking on the path of curiosity and imagination, while being tireless in your pursuit of something greater than yourself. Along life's journey, you may be faced with storms and challenges. The way in which you weather these storms and overcome them will help to build your character. Finally, I ask that you take a second look around. Look at the people sitting beside you. Look at the Virgin Islands. In looking around, I ask you to take the time to identify and jot down what you think is missing in this territory. Whatever you identify, write it down and make an active step. Fill that void by using the skills that you now have to better the skills that you will need for tomorrow. In doing so, keep an open mind and never stop learning. Get in the habit of attending workshops, seminars, and conferences to learn and develop more and to network as much as possible. You may be small in numbers today, but the impact of your action will lead to an even bigger future for the BVI tomorrow. Class of 2018, I commend your achievement once again, and I express how extremely proud I am of you all on the successful attainment of your secondary education diploma. With this accomplishment, you have proven yourself to be up to any challenge that life may present to you. The future of this territory is in your obviously capable hands. It has been an honor to share in this day with you. If you take nothing away from today's remarks, take away this key message. Shift your thinking, embrace the journey, and make a difference. Congratulations, class of 2018, and may God bless you all.
We'd like to thank the Honorable Premier for those remarks. Let's give him another round of applause. And he gave the class a takeaway today. He said to shift your thinking, embrace the journey, and to make a difference. So that's your challenge today, class of 2018. At this time, we welcome the principal to give her congratulatory remarks, Ms. Sandy Underhill.
Premier, Honorable Dr. D. Orlando Smith, Minister of Health and Social Development, the Honorable Ronnie W. Skelton, Minister of Communication and Works, Honorable Mark Vanterpool and Mrs. Vanterpool, Minister of Education and Culture, Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Andrew Foy, Junior Minister of Tourism, Honorable Archibald Christian and Mrs. Christian, Junior Minister for Trade, Investment, Promotion and Consumer Affairs, Honorable Marlon Penn, Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull and Mrs. Turnbull, Acting Permanent Secretary for Education, Dr. Marcia Potter, Acting Chief Education Officer, Mrs. Connie George, Deputy Education Officer, Dr. Lavon Chalwell Bruley, all other education officers present, Chairman of the Board of Governors at the H. Laverty Stout Community College, Dr. Charles Wheatley, all past principals present, other principals, all schools, all invited guests, parents, class of 2018, good afternoon. And welcome to the Elmore Stout High School Graduation Exercise 2018. What an extremely proud and gratifying moment it is for the administration and the staff of the Elmore Stout High School this afternoon. And for me to stand before you to give my welcome and congratulatory remarks to the class of 2018. Last year's class of 2017 was hailed as historic, as they were the first ever 12th grade to graduate in the history of secondary education in our territory. Well, what can I say about this year, 2018, except what a year it has been. Class of 2018, in the words from Pastor Tittle at Sunday's valedictory service, you are a big deal. You symbolize not only the heart and resilience of our school, but the strength, determination, and pure will of our Virgin Islands. While our school suffered tremendous loss and devastation from the hurricanes, you did not allow that to deter you. You came to our new temporary school, and in spite of the myriad of challenges, lack of resources, changes to programs, noisy classrooms, and just overall to your normal way of doing things at your school, you adapted, adjusted your minds, your attitudes, and forged on to sit here today, July 26, 2018, triumphant. As a 2018 graduate, it is worth a round of applause. As a 2018 graduate of the school that lay in shambles amidst tons of debris on September 7, 2017. On that day, no one who saw the devastation could imagine it was possible for the Elmore Stout High School to have school, let alone a graduating class in 2018. But here we are today, celebrating your remarkable achievement, which is also symbolic. Thank you. It is also symbolic of the amazing strength, courage, and character of our entire school, and by extension, our Virgin Islands. We are so proud of you, class of 2018. Congratulations. While you are certainly deserving of this, your remarkable achievement, we do not want to forget our student and your classmate, Ms. Shadika Patrick, who lost her battle with her ongoing illness on June 25, 2018. We want to extend our deepest condolences to her family, the ESHS family, and to you, her classmates, the graduating class of 2018. At this time, I would like for us all to stand for a moment of silence in the memory of Ms. Shadika Patrick. Thank you. And now I would like to ask Madam CEO and the parents of Shadika Patrick or family present, any family present, to please come and join me as I ask the CEO to bestow an honorary diploma on Shadika Patrick. Continue to report as customary. The Elmore Stout High School currently has 1,129 students enrolled, of which 575 are boys and 554 are girls. While there were many challenges to overcome after the devastating hurricanes, we were able to successfully implement a shift system that allowed for uninterrupted instruction for our student body. those who remained in the territory and allowed all of our 182 staff, including 147 teachers, to continue working uninterrupted. Teachers also were deployed according to the established shift system. The 2017-2018 school year marked the second year of the implementation of 12th grade, which provides students with an opportunity for easy transition to tertiary education, introduces our students to college courses with an opportunity to earn college credit, and provides opportunities to better prepare them for the workforce, just to name a few of the benefits. Just to remind you, as this is the second year, there are 3 pathways or tracks, which begins with track 1, that requires all our 12th graders to meet Elmo Stout High School credit requirements in order to achieve the national standards set by the Ministry of Education for graduation. Track 2 is the Advanced Placement, AP, HLSCC dual enrollment, in which students who are successful in 5 or more CSEC subjects in grade 11, but received a grade 3 pass in 1 or more subjects, or students who were successful in 4 of the CSEC subjects in grade 11, including math and English, and with passes of grades 1 to 3, qualified for enrollment in math and English college courses, giving them the opportunity to earn up to 6 college credits. Track 3 is the Advanced Placement AP, CAPE, in which students who earn 5 or more passes in CSEC in 11th grade with grades 1 or 2 were qualified to take up to 2 CAPE subjects with the potential of earning up to 20 college credits upon successful completion. The final number of students enrolled in our 12th grade this year was 139. 124 of those students were successful and are being celebrated here today. Of that 124, there are 67 honor roll students, 63 receiving honors, and 4 receiving high honors. That number of honor roll students represents 47% of our graduating class. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. I'm going to ask all my honor roll students to please stand and be recognized. That's a lot. Thank you so much. The Elmo Stout High School class of 2018 holds 15 of the top 20 positions in the territory's ranking, and our top 3 students, Beyonce De Freitas, valedictorian, Shanika Langford, salutatorian, and Abdiel Mateo, who ranks 3rd, also rank top 3 in the territory. We are so proud of you. 37 of this year's graduates have earned college credits as dually enrolled students at HLSCC, and we estimate that after CAPE results in August, that another 15 of our students would have earned 10 to 20 college credits via the CAPE track. Yes, you may clap. And for the rest of the school, how are we doing? At the end of the school year, 93.6% of our junior school students were successful, with only 6.4% of the entire junior school student population from grade 7 to 9 failing to meet minimum promotion requirements. Of 233 students enrolled in grade 7, 215, which is 92%, were promoted. Of the 210 students enrolled in grade 8, 202, which is 96%, met promotion requirements. And of the 202 students enrolled in grade 9, 187, which is 92.5%, met promotion requirements. Most of the 6.4% of the students not meeting promotion requirements in junior school was sadly as a result of suspensions linked to ongoing behavioral issues. At the end of this school year, 2017-2018, 90.6% of our senior school students will be promoted. Of the 170 students enrolled in grade 10, 152, which is 89.4%, will be promoted to grade 11, and of the 160 enrolled in grade 11, 147, which is 92%, will be promoted to grade 12. Initiatives such as tutorials in junior school and credit recovery in senior school have served to address the academic deficiencies of students in core subjects and have reduced our retention rate. Additionally, this school year, we introduced an initiative aimed at allowing students who are weak or failing core subjects to have extra learning time called ELT in those areas. Subjects not required for promotion were removed from their schedules while adding those extra hours to the core areas of deficiency. Our data now shows that this initiative has positively impacted our retention rate, and the extra learning time will now be introduced in senior school for the new school year. I will continue by acknowledging the hard work and resilience of the dedicated staff and teachers of the Elmo Stout High School, without whom these successes would not be possible. They too had to make major adjustments to their normal way of doing things, both in their personal lives and at work, and as a result of the devastating losses caused by the hurricanes of last year. Your hard work and commitment to the success of the institution does not go unnoticed. The administration of the Elmo Stout High School appreciates each and every one of you. Put your hands together for the staff of the Elmo Stout High School. It is said that a person's true test of character isn't how they are on their best days, but in fact, what they do on their worst days. We can all agree that Hurricanes Irma and Maria presented some of the worst circumstances for many of us, and without a doubt, to what used to be the Elmo Stout High School campus. There were so many persons who went above and beyond after the devastating losses to our school in both the cleanup process after the August 7 floods and the hurricanes, as well as the construction of our new temporary location at the old CTL building. I want to publicly thank you all, but I must mention the hard work, outstanding leadership skills, and dedication of the following persons whose true character was displayed by going beyond, above, and beyond the call of duty. Please oblige me. These are the true heroes of Elmo Stout High School who has truly made it possible for us to have uninterrupted school this year and a graduation ceremony today. I want you to stand and be recognized as I call your names. Mr. Stanley Bernard. Stay standing. Mr. Alex De Castro. Mr. Andre Roberts. Mr. Nehasi Chalwell. Mr. Indapur Besnard, he's away, had to leave. Mr. Simo Primus. Mr. Jason Edwin. Miss Monette Smith. Miss Marsha Penn. Mr. Shem Latine, he's out sick. Asbert Barnwell. Miss Bisa Smith, Miss Caroline Simmons, Miss Milagros Santana, Miss Francia Stout. These persons, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if it is at all possible to go beyond, above and beyond, it is the following names that I am about to call. Mr. Carlos Hathaway. He's the head of our maintenance group. If you're here today, Carlos, I'm going to ask Ms. Simmons to come and join me. We have some special tokens of appreciation. These are the persons that were the backbone and skeleton of what you now see as your school, and we want to publicly acknowledge Mr. Rennie Phipps. If you're here, please come. Carlos is making his way, Rennie, so let's hold back. Second. Guys, put your hands together for Mr. Hathaway. Mr. Hathaway, along with Team Rubicon, he had help, but he went day and night to make sure we had school October 5th and then November 6th. This is the man behind all the work right here. Carlos Hathaway, Mr. Phipps. Mr. Steve Carolan. after the storm as a true leader and hero, and we need to commend him for that. Mr. Dale Davis. I saw you, Dale, so don't even bother to hide. Come on up. This is the man that would go down to the distribution site, and I don't know how he would do it. He would get whatever we needed for free. We didn't have to pay, and that's all we cared about. He brought everything we needed, and we are so grateful. Sometimes we didn't even know where he got the stuff from, but they came. Thank you so much. And from outside the school, they're within the Ministry of Education, but they cannot go unnoticed. Mr. Alan Hodge. Miss Alan here. Come on up. Thank you so much for all your hard work, dedication to the cause. We love you, we appreciate you. Followed by Miss Lorna Stevens. Oh my gosh. Is Lorna here? Even if she's not here, I'm going to talk about her and she's going to get mad at me. But we love Lorna so much. Lorna is our sister, our friend, our everything. And we begged her to come. Where is she? Is she here? She's not? Come on up, Lorna. You will be the reason why my speech goes extra long. Where is she? All right, while we're waiting for Lorna, Mr. Arthur Selwood. 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 What a man. What a man. Mr. People say Mr. Selwood, except let's hope we don't have to do it again. And from amongst the student body, last but not least, Mr. Jorge Cosino. Children to look like when they graduate. I am not talking about the academics. I am talking about the heart and soul of our institution. This young man has what you call character. Character. And I am not, listen. Jorge Cosino. I am not exaggerating. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. At this time, I would also like to recognize the following 8 graduates for their outstanding volunteer service with the Red Cross after Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Please stand and be acknowledged. Janique Gordon, LaKesha D'Souza, Shanika Langford, Ajani Possible. Now we're going to start with these 4, and these words came from the Red Cross. Because of their example and with the encouragement of these 4 students, others began to volunteer as well. They are Angelica Washington, Jada Mimi Horn, Deanna Barronville, and Solicia Bowens. Please join the first 4. And wait until I'm done. I'm going to say everything they want me to say because you deserve it. Although most of these students had already completed their required community service hours, They work diligently in assisting other volunteers with needs assessment in the community, distribution of relief supplies, registering clients for relief aid, and most importantly, managing the emerging food bank. When the Prince of Wales visited in the BVI in November 2017, he requested to meet these students since he had heard through the governor's office of their great work. They were also privileged to meet Ms. Penny Reardon, Secretary of State, during this visit. For their dedicated service, these 8 students received the Donut Team Award in January 2018, which is the highest award conferred by the British Red Cross on teams for dedicated service. The BVI Red Cross is very proud of you. The ESHS family is proud of you. Your families are proud of you. The Virgin Islands are proud of you. Thank you. Every year at graduation, we are saddened to announce those teachers and staff who are either retiring or have decided not to return to ESHS. This year, we recognize the following persons. Please stand when your name is called, and we will begin with our retirees. Ms. Pearline Foyle, for 25 years of service, 15 years as a teacher. Please stand if you're here. Ms. Joanne Marshall, 26 years of service, retiring. Ms. Ellen Van Beaverhoy, for 23 years of service. Ms. Yvonne McTavius, for 37 years of service. And Ms. Joan Carter, for 11 years of service. Please put your hands together for our retirees. We want to thank you so much for your contribution to our school, and we are going to miss you. Teachers not returning, Mr. Brent Hoyt from the music department. Ms. Kimoy Jones, she's not here this afternoon, from the business department. Mrs. Yenny Flores Powell from our foreign languages department. Mrs. Ruth Ramirez from the foreign languages department. Mrs. Laurelie Dawson from our English department. Miss Beverly Donovan from our student support services. And this one is extremely difficult. Mrs. Margie Webb Headley. Please stand and be recognized, Miss Headley. I see you. I know you're tired. It's over here. Head of music department, person who organizes, assists, and instrumental in what you're seeing here today. Miss Webb, I'm not going to say anything else except I love you so much and I don't know what I'm going to do. But we'll figure it out. We love you. I call on you every day. I know you're not going to miss those calls. You're going to answer, right? And last but not least, Miss Tira Hodge. Tira Hodge is my assistant, came in with me as principal, and I promised I'm not going to cry. But I hate to see you go, but I know you have to go out there and do bigger and better things, and we wish you well. Thank you so much for your contribution to the school, to the extracurricular activities. We love you, we miss you, and we wish you every success. We are proud to highlight the achievements of our school. I promise you I will just be a few more minutes. I do lie sometimes. We are proud to highlight our growing ESHS Drum Corps. You saw here this afternoon, sponsored by Flo. They were launched last year in their official uniforms and equipped with new drums. The ESHS Drum Corps continue to rave exceptional performances throughout the territory, including today's call to order, under the leadership of Mr. Ronnie Crawford and Ms. Casey Ann Cricky and Mr. Nahasi Channel. We continue to hear positive reviews from our ESHS Lady Rams cheerleaders and dance group, who were featured in numerous events around the territory in both formal and informal capacities. They continue to rave exceptional performances throughout the territory and on our sister islands. We also have our ESHS Dazzling Gem School Troop this year, and we know that they're going to make us proud. We understand they're already 100 strong. In theater arts, despite the passing of Hurricanes Irma and Maria, the Drama Society and theater arts students did not let this hamper them. In the last week of November 2017, the Drama Society and theater arts students traveled to Antigua to participate in the 2017 Caribbean Secondary Schools Festival. The original play called Heading Ashes, written by Janice George Harris, was performed. That play, put your hands together for your colleagues, yes? That play shared the BVI's experience of Hurricane Irma and how it brought our community together. Out of that performance, Akia Herbert received Best Actress Award, and the team received a group award. Additionally, in theater arts, Kiera Dawson from last year's graduating class and Gabriella Chichester were our top CXC students for theater arts, and of all the Caribbean countries writing theater arts in 2017 CSEC, these students ranked in the prestigious top 10 percentile. Please stand, I know you're here. Please stand, Kiera and Gabriella, and be recognized. Jessie Whitley, a grade 10 student, competed and won the title of Junior Tourism Minister 2018, sponsored by the BVI Tourist Board, and this is our fourth title in this competition. This school year, ESHS 11th and 12th grade students, namely Akia Herbert, Tariq Foy, Shamika Langford, Paula Vanterpool, Nandi Christopher, and Beyonce De Freitas competed in the Ministry of Education sponsored recovery competition for secondary schools and won first place, winning the school $10,000. Our Rams radio station celebrates its second anniversary this year, and it's one of the few structures that remained intact after the hurricanes. You can tune in to Rams Radio at www.ESHSRamsRadio.com. We had hosted a unity concert with our past alumni held on June 16, and it was a success. We were able to raise over $20,000 for the school. We are proud to announce that the Elmo Stout High School has retained its School of the Year title for 2016-2017, along with our dynamic teachers who won in the following categories. Student Support Educator of the Year, Ms. Natasha Marshall, please stand and be recognized. Teacher of the Year, Ms. Magdalene Bazi. Secondary Assistant Principal of the Year, Mrs. Letitia Penn Rogers. And Principal of the Year, myself. And finally, after decades of working to promote CXC, now CSEC for our students, the BVI placed first among OECS countries for CSEC results in 2017 for having 95% of our students passing 5 or more subjects, including math and English with grades 1 or 3. Now the minister might, this is his due, but here's why it's important for me to say it. While it is true that this is a territory-wide accomplishment, we can all agree that ESHS can be extremely proud of this achievement because undoubtedly, the majority of these students were registered on the Elmo Stout High School. Put your hands together for that. Now back to you, the graduates. You have demonstrated in this school year what most people may not have the opportunity to demonstrate in their lifetimes. In one short school year, some of you lost everything. But instead of looking at the glass that is half empty, you chose to look at it as half full. You came to your new school with a myriad of challenges and changes to the way we did things, changes to the way you were used to being taught, changes to the very infrastructure, in fact, every facet of the school, that for many, without your heart and determination, they would have failed. You pushed on and beat the odds, met your requirements, not one adjustment made to what was required of you to be a 2018 graduate. And today, you sit here proudly. Your parents sit here proudly. Your teachers sit here proudly. The entire ESHS family sits here proudly. and your community is proudly watching you. My final words to you, class of 2018, is to let the 2017-18 school year be all the motivation you need to continue on your life's journey. You have overcome the unimaginable. You have survived the storm. Not just the literal storms of Irma and Maria, but the storms that manifested as serious challenges as a result of the hurricanes. There will be many more storms in your lives, but literally, both literally and figuratively. But this past school year has already prepared you to overcome each and every one of them. Class of 2018, your courage, your strength, your determination gave true meaning to the word resilience. Again, I say congratulations. We are all very proud of you. At this time, I'd like to invite Mrs. Garraway to assist me with some very special awards. For exemplary performances, and we know exemplary performance award for students are for students who maintained an A average every year and every term from grade 7 to grade 12. We have 4 recipients. Esmeralda Avril. These students will receive a laptop and a printer, courtesy of donors, very, very kind donors, and we thank you. Beyonce de Freitas, Shamika Langford, and Abdiel Mateo. And for exemplary performance awards for students who maintain an A average every year from grade 7 to grade 12, we have Shanique Solid. I have one more task before I sit. Ms. Garraway, you will still help me here. I have the distinct privilege to announce the awards for our top students. The Honorable Myron V. Walwyn Award for the salutatorian of the class of 2018 goes to Ms. Shamika Langford. And the Premier Honorable D. Orlando Smith's Award for the valedictorian of the class of 2018 goes to Miss Beyonce de Freitas. Miss Beyonce de Freitas also receives the PC Scott Trophy for Student of the Year. Thank you very much.
Let's give Mrs. Underhill a round of applause, please. And to all the recipients for all the awards, let's give them a round of applause for all the hard work. We'll now call to the lectern the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, the Minister for Education and Culture, to give congratulatory remarks.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. The recognitions were made very well several times over, so it should be sufficient for me to say good afternoon. And indeed, a special good afternoon to all the graduates here with us. It is indeed my pleasure to be here today to celebrate with you graduates, your parents, the principal, assistant principal, and staff of the Elmer Stout High School. This academic year was perhaps the most challenging one in the history of this institution. The ravages caused by the hurricanes left over 80% of the school's physical infrastructure devastated. And as a result of this, over 1,600 students were without a school, and roughly 180 teachers were left wondering what this new reality would mean for the education system of the territory. Some teachers lost their homes, while others faced a myriad of other challenges in their lives. But despite it all, they came together just days after the hurricane to salvage what was usable at the old campus and actively work to create a new campus so that our senior students would begin classes on the 5th of October, almost 1 month following the devastation. This says to me that this is more than just a job for our teachers, it's more than just a job for the folks in the ministry. They genuinely care about the educational advancement of the young people of this territory. And so, graduates, I was taught that when people do good things for you, you show your appreciation. So I want to ask you, the graduating class of 2018, to stand up and give your teachers and those folks, the education officers of the ministry, a round of applause for the work they've done for you. Thank you. I believe you can do a little better than that. I believe you can do a little better than that, yes. Thank you. I would like to thank, on behalf of the people and the government of the Virgin Islands, Principal Underhill and the entire administration, faculty and staff of the institution, Team Rubicon, UNICEF, education officers in the ministry, and everyone else who worked on the school. I want to thank you so very much, and we owe you all a debt of gratitude for your contribution. I would like to congratulate you, the significant graduates this afternoon, for your academic journey. Despite the challenges that you faced as well, you came back into the classroom. Some of you without comfortable living arrangements and other necessities, and remained determined to complete this portion of your education. As your theme rightly states, you have overcome the unimaginable and survived the storm. Give yourselves now, graduates, a round of applause. The Elmer Stout High School, as you heard your principal said, earned an 88.6% pass rate. Of the 140 students, 124 were successful in achieving all of the graduation requirements. Of those students, as was said before, 4 received honors, high honors, and 63 received honors. There were 14 students that did CAPE this year in biology, integrated mathematics, and entrepreneurship, while 39, as was said before, were dually enrolled. And I'd like to take this chance again to make special mention of Miss Beyonce De Freitas, who placed first in the territory. And Ms. Darwin, who is the top dually enrolled student at the institution. Give her a round of applause as well. Now, the Ministry of Education continues to do its utmost to ensure that our young children are prepared to make contributions towards the development of the country. We have had some setbacks, but that will not deter us from moving ahead with our plans to make our education system one of the best in the region. We have continued our efforts to include technology in the teaching and learning process. As you see in today's world, technology is of utmost importance, and the government embraces technology in the public service. So it is critical that our schools are also preparing our young people for just that. We were able to launch our digital textbook initiative for our grade 7 and 8 students, which allow them to have access to all of their textbooks on one singular device. The implementation of this initiative during this difficult period provided a much-needed fresh approach to the teaching and learning process, and indeed it came in rather handy right after the hurricanes. In this new academic year, we will be introducing Chromebook computers for grades 10, 11, and 12 students. Our teachers have already been trained on the Chromebooks by the Google representatives and have received Chromebooks for their instructional purposes. This will enable our teachers and our students to work on Notemaster's platform as they prepare their students for CSEC. Now, I want to take this chance to say something very briefly. And I'm going to abbreviate some of what I say in the interest of time. But I want to speak on the issue of the community service program. I know some of the students were recognized already for what they were able to do in community service. And this is a very critical part of the requirement for graduation. We are still seeing parents, and I must tell you this, we are still seeing a very laissez-faire attitude among our students overall. And I want to emphasize here that all secondary level students are required to complete 120 hours of community service between grades 10 and 12 in order to graduate. And to think of it, this is really not much over a 3-year period. Community service is part of learning. It's how you give back to the community, how you help to develop your own territory and make it successful. It's what makes us good citizens. We are not on an island by ourselves, and it takes all of us playing our part. I want to ask, therefore, the education officials publicly, because I know they've been doing their work, the principal and the guidance officers and parents, to work towards making this program a success. It would be unfortunate if a student was not able to receive his or her high school diploma because he or she did not complete the required community service hours. And those of you who have children in high school, I want to let you know the ministry will be cracking down next academic year on this. We've allowed a number of students to slide and give them extra time, but we're going to get really tough on this. If students do not have the 120 hours of community service next year, they will not graduate, because it's all part of making sure that we develop them in the right way. Now, there are 2 students who I'd like to present with something this afternoon. Now, all of us were born with different ability. For some, academics might be easy, and they will get good results wherever they go. But for others, it's a bit harder and require a bit more effort. And today, I want to give a personal gift to 2 students who are the most improved students in the graduating class. These students are Lasona Connor and Nashawn Hodge. Now, one of the things that we continue to do in the Ministry of Education is to always try to keep our young people involved in whatever is taking place in the country. If you notice it, we always make sure that the responsibility that I have as Minister for Youth Affairs, that it permeates not just the Ministry of Education and Culture, but everything that happens in the territory of the Virgin Islands. And so, last year, with the hurricanes to ensure that the government was really doing what it needed to do for young people, because we say that young people are the future, but sometimes we don't demonstrate it that much. I wanted the young people of the Virgin Islands to have a say in how the recovery of this country would work, so that when the overall recovery plan was done, it reflected what the future was going to be like for the Virgin Islands. So we put a competition together, and the competition was won by the Elmo Stout High School. Yeah? Now the arrangement was that the money would be given to the students, but it was for the school, and they would decide, Principal Underhill, what they wanted to do with that money in their school. That's what I'd say. So I want to ask those students, because I know they're leaving, the students who are part of the recovery team, to please come on stage and collect your checks that I promised you to go towards your school. I know what is here. Now there are several checks in that envelope totaling $10,000 that came from the business community of the Virgin Islands. Give our business community a round of applause, please. I want to wish all your students all the best. I want to let you know that there's a place for you in these Virgin Islands, but you have to find your place. I want to also say to you that you should continue to work hard and give of your best to the development of our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Wallen, for those remarks. We'll now call for special presentations Mrs. Connie George, who will introduce the persons giving the special presentations.
Pleasant good afternoon to everyone. We continue to enjoy good partnership with the community, and the pleasure is mine this afternoon to invite, first of all, the representative from Rotown Wholesale Trading Limited to come forward. Rotown Wholesale Humanitarian Award recognizes the top male and female students who have selfishly given of their time on behalf of others. These individuals have far exceeded the graduation requirements for community service hours. I would like to call at this time Janique Gordon. She had a total of 330 hours. Plaque along with $1,000 from Rotown Wholesale. The top male student at the Elmo Stout High School was Shane Grant. had a total of 267 hours. He also receives $1,000. Come on, give them a better round of applause than that. You just heard from the minister our plea to really get on board with the community service. And here you see that Rotan Wholesale is honoring those persons who are going the extra mile. The following two awards, they both go to Beyonce De Freitas. Ernst & Young 2018 Achievement Award for Outstanding Performance in Accounts. Would you come forward, please, and I will present you. Apologies there for the absence of their representative today. And she will also be receiving the British Virgin Islands Tourist Board Award. Could the representative please come forward? The British Virgin Islands Tourist Board is pleased and honored to present Beyonce De Freitas with the Tourism Grant for the highest achievement in tourism, $1,000. Thank you very much.
Let's give all our recipients a round of applause for a job well done. We'll now have a musical selection by the ESHS Senior Concert Band titled Caravan by Duke Ellington. Thank you. Let's give another round of applause to the ESHS Senior Concert Band. At this time, I'd like to publicly acknowledge the presence of the Junior Minister for Trade, Investment Promotion and Consumer Affairs, the Honorable Marlon Penn. Also, I'd like to take this time to acknowledge the presence of the 30-year class of the BVI High School, the class of 1988, if they could stand. I'd also like to acknowledge my class, the 20-year class of the BVI High School, the class of 1998. You guys could stand. And I'd also like to acknowledge the 10-year class of the Elmore Stout High School, the class of 2008. And we're all here after 30 years. At this time, I'm going to introduce my classmate, Mrs. Kezia Elize Gomez, who will be introducing our keynote speaker for today. And the next voice you'll hear after her voice will be that of our keynote speaker.
I acknowledge the protocol already established. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduating class of 2018, good afternoon. It is my distinct pleasure to present to you our keynote speaker for today's graduating ceremony, Dr. Richard Georges. Dr. Richard Georges is a writer, lecturer, and editor. He grew up between Trinidad and the British Virgin Islands and graduated from the BVI High School in 1998 and the H. Lavity Scout Community College in 2000. He holds a bachelor's degree in English literature from Texas Christian University, a master's degree in creative writing from the University of Wales, and a PhD in critical and creative writing from the University of Sussex. His poetry has been widely published in journals, magazines, and anthologies throughout the Caribbean, Canada, the United States, Australia, and the United Kingdom. He is the author of 2 collections of poems, Make Us All Islands by Shearsman's Books and Giant by Platypus Press. He's a winner of the Marvin Williams Prize for Caribbean Literature and has been shortlisted from several awards, including the Holick Avron Prize, the Small Act Literary Prize, and the Wasafari New Writing Prize. Richard is currently working on a 3rd book of poems, a novel, and essays on Virgin Islands history, culture, and identity. He is the co-founding editor of MoCo magazine with USVI writer David Knight Jr., which publishes art, literature, and critical essays from emerging and established artists and writers from, living in, or writing about the Caribbean. As a college lecturer, Richard has taught literature, leadership, and composition at HLSCC since 2004, and has guest lectured at Presbyterian College and the University of Sussex. He is currently the head of Humanities Department at HLSCC. Please help me to welcome to the lectern Dr. Richard Georges.
I recognize the protocol that has been established. I think the bio is as long as my speech. Madam Chair, the Premier, distinguished guests, graduating class of 2018, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am indeed honored to be standing in front of you this afternoon on behalf of the class of 1998 to deliver a brief message of congratulations and perhaps to frame your recent accomplishment in a particular context. and hopefully prepare you for the long road ahead. We are gathered here today to celebrate your success, and rightfully so. But frankly, what I want to talk about with you today is failure. Nothing and no one is immune from it. In fact, I would argue that failure is one of the most constant features of this life and a defining characteristic of what it means to be human. We fail at school, we fail at work, we fail in our relationships, we fail our faiths. We faced the horrifying might of Hurricanes Irma and Maria, and even our roofs failed. But there's a marvelous fact about failure that we don't often remember. Failure is not death. Failure is not final. Failure is not permanent. No. Failure is only the end when we quit. You see, when we are winning, we often become complacent and we don't pay as much attention as we should to our flaws, to what isn't working. When we are winning, we fail to see all the opportunities that only come with failure. Because failure offers us a chance to see where we can grow, a chance to see what more we can become. That is, if we refuse to quit. After Irma and Maria, we saw our infrastructure failing as the winds roared, the rain fell, and the sea surged. You in particular, the graduating class of 2018, saw a decimated campus and you faced an uncertain future. You came back to school under less than ideal conditions. I know. I taught some of you. I know the challenges you had to face. You had to go to school on a shift system. You had to go to school in a converted building. You had to go to class in a tent. Yet here you are. Because now you know that failure is not death. Failure is not final. Failure is not permanent. It would have been so easy for you to give up. You had all the excuses in the world, but you realized that failure is not the end. And because of your persistence, you refused to quit. And now you are here. So I am not standing in front of you today to impart any advice. I'm not standing here to give you yet another lecture. I'm standing here today to salute you, class of 2018, because against all odds, in the face of the greatest adversities these islands have faced, you refused to quit. You are survivors. You understand that, as the American inventor and car maker Henry Ford once said, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. The challenges facing us all in this territory are unprecedented, so I implore you to take that lesson to heart. The persistence and determination that you have displayed the last 10 months or so will take you as far as you want it to. You will face many more challenges as you set off bravely into the next chapters of your lives. But you have shown that you have the guts, the courage, and the determination to make those chapters successes. And I will leave you with the words of the 30th President of the United States, Calvin Coolidge. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Even education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone will carry you through. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Georges. Let's give him a round of applause. First, for keeping it short. And secondly, for imparting some powerful words to us today. Failure is not death. Failure is not final. And failure is not permanent. So graduating class of 2018, remember those words as you go through whatever journey life may take you on next. Let's give Dr. Georges another round of applause. Thank you. At this time is a moment we've all been waiting for. I'm going to ask the graduating class of 2018 to please stand. I now invite you, one at a time, to come forward and receive your diploma. Dr. Laverne Chowell-Bruley, the Deputy Chief Education Officer, would you be kind enough to present to each candidate an Elmore Stout High School diploma as he or she comes forward?
Jamoy Cash Albert. Clayton Derek Alert. Daniil Carlis Alexander. Ketwana Cardia Auguste. Smeralda D. Avril. Shelby Stewart Bailey. Deanna Melissa Barronville. Akiana Patricia Blessinger. Zolicia Rikasha Bowens. Jacoby Antonio Bruley. Jermaine Akeem Briscoe. Kyra Burke. Ryan Gabriel Burke. Mariah Ann Cowwood. Kwame Alexander Campbell. Suma Chalwell. Trevon Dylan Chalwell. Akeda Kenisha Charles. Rashid Owen Shinnery. Abigail Ann Christopher.
Armani Jabari Christopher. Nandi Marissa Christopher. Dinell Zenea Klein. Lisana Vinette Connor. Jorge Armeli Corsino. Ariel Shanice Davies. Chandre Davies. Atisha Alicia Davis. Selwyn Davis Jr. Tyreek Nicoland Davis. Sienna Shavona Dawi. Beyonce Anicia Jeheda De Freitas. Lakelsha Odalsi De Souza. Khalil Antonio Donovan. Kelvin Elufe. Kemuel Kelvin Foy. Mariah Abigail Kiera Flaherty.
We'd like to thank Dr. Burley, and we'll call at this time the Honorable Myron Walwyn to present the remaining certificates.
Kayla Tene Freeman. Anthony Shakoy Glasgow Jr. Kristen Adon Glasgow. Janique Alicia Gordon.
Jessica Jeffia Gordon. Sean Aaron Grant. Shane Adrian Grant. Dandre Malik Green. Diamante Brian Gums. Jaimon Lanier Gums. Jaku Rakim Hart. Adisha Ejeni Haywood. Ananda Monet Hodge. Shanley Marley Hodge. Danielle Deja Hodge. Nashan Adley Hodge. Kevin Rashan Isaac. Mia Alexis John. Lehman Kimoy Johnny. Tyron Keenan Jones. Cheyenne Ashley Kuntz. Shanika Brianna Langford. Kitani Kiera Lewis. Shaquille Brendan Lewis. Shaquille Akaya Liebird.
Ibrahim Joseph Maduro. Karishma Maduro. Jada Shade Mimihan. Keisha Linnea Mimihan. Akeem Shane Ricardo Mane. Shakila Anastasia Martin. Abdiel Adari Mateo. Dominic Stefan Matthevius. Keyasha Matthevius. Sade Adolenita Matthew. Giselle Nikia Maturin Webb. Rekea Chelsea Mary. Shania Crystal Modest. Shema Elroy Molyneux. Romario Orlando Morgan. Roger Moore. Monique Tiwana Norman. Jacoy Emmanuel Pemberton. Amber Elmira Penn. Jada Leandra Penn. Naomi Makeda Fawcett.
Johnny Lavery Percival.
We'd like to invite at this time the Premier Dr. D'Orlando Smith to do presentation of certificates.
Johnny Lavery Percival. Nikita Prasad. Vincia Francisca. Akira Zoria Philip. Travis Gerald Popone. Nika Amor Ame Primer. Aliyah Shamika Prince Scrub. Talsia T. Reynolds. Elisha Brendley Richards. Kimanda Antonique Roberts. Joangel Rodriguez. Yanira Destiny Romney. Marlene Ariana Salmon. Tiana Cara Salmon. Perla Samuel. Saneth Sandy Sawyers. Biquan Arreston Smith. Brianna Onisha Smith. Casey Mariali Smith. Kiana Garisha Smith. Stranje Shaniqua Stevens.
Sabrina Samantha Stewart. Shanique Renisha Solly. Darika Jamoya Soto. Akela Sylvester. Adrian Terrell Taylor Neal. Akil Elisha Thomas. Shama Micah Daniel Tito. DeAndre Tyreek Trenton. Letitia Makida Trenton. Jeremy Di Lorenzo Tuckett. Kayla DeMacy Vanterpool. Kia Shirika Jani Vanterpool. Paula Estefania Vanterpool. Diana Vona Valak. Deandra Melissa Shakira Ward. Angelica Sasha Ashley Washington. Kezia Kalisha Annette Weeks. Trishelle Dava White. Kiana Elizabeth Williams. Malvon Jared White.
Will the graduates please stand? Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, I present to you the Elmore Stout High School graduating class of 2018.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Again, I am simply going to say to the graduating class, congratulations to you. We do have criteria for graduation at the Ministry of Education, and the criteria, a minimum of 60 hours, credit hours in the requisite subjects, 120 community service hours, and passes in your exit proficiency exam, mathematics and English. I am pleased that we have reviewed the work of these students standing here and that they have satisfactorily met the requirements for graduation. Honorable Premier, Minister of Education, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class, Elmore Stout High School 2018. symbol of this major accomplishment, I will now invite you, all graduates, to turn your tassels from the left turn your tassels to the left. As Acting Chief Education Officer, I now pronounce and declare that you are graduates of the Elmo Stout High School.
Let's give another round of applause to our graduates. At this time, we'll hear from our student respondent, the valedictorian, Miss Beyonce De Freitas.
Good afternoon. I acknowledge the protocol that has already been established. I stand before you today, proudly representing the Elmo Stout High School graduating class of 2018 as valedictorian. It is satisfying to has finally come to a fulfilling and successful end. Let us take a few moments to think about this wonderful journey. First off, we must thank God for His mercies bestowed upon us as we dealt with the twists and turns, ups and downs, and challenges that we had to overcome to get us to where we are today. On behalf of the class of 2018, I would like to acknowledge those who have been with us from beginning to end. Parents, relatives, coaches, friends, faculty and administration of ESHS, the government, especially the Department of Education. I must thank my parents, Ayoka Bob and Linda De Freitas, and my sisters, who all sacrificed much for me to be able to stand here today. Mom and Dad, thank you for the values you have instilled in me over the years. Thank you for your encouragement, your support, and most of all, thank you for the unselfish love you've given me all the way. To parents here today, we are very grateful to you for everything that you have done for us. We are more than thrilled that you are here to share this very special moment with us. To my relatives, coaches, and friends, thank you for believing in me every step of the way. You've had faith in me when I doubted myself. I will always be grateful for your encouragement and support. To our Elmo Stout teachers, Principal Underhill, her assistants, and her staff, and other staff. You've been dedicated to us. Your tireless efforts, the sleepless nights you've all endured to ensure that we were always on the right track. All of those are the reasons we are here today. On behalf of the graduating class of 2018, I thank you for being there for us, even when you are not physically by our side. We know that we could not do it without you. For that, we'll forever be grateful for your guidance, your support, your tough love, your attention, everything. I especially want to make mention of the teachers in the business department, the best department in the school. Teachers, our success is your success. You have given us the courage to dare, the knowledge to excel, and the belief that we could succeed. I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart for your efforts. Today, it would be a serious omission on my part if I did not mention the historic moment we all endured at the beginning of the 2017-2018 academic year, when we were visited by Irma and Maria. Their visit disrupted our lives, plain and simple. We were all tested beyond more than what most of us thought we could endure. We are here today. We are celebrating academic success. However, we are celebrating our success in overcoming the trauma these two very powerful forces imposed on us. Our presence here today is evidence that even though we seem to be down, we were not out. Far from it. And for that, we must thank God for life. We all stepped up to the plate, all of us. Our administration, the government, our Minister of Education and his staff, members of the community, the business community, volunteers, friends, here in the territory and from other parts of the world. Thank you for going the extra 10 miles to ensure the success we are celebrating today. Through your efforts, with the support of each other, and by the grace of God, we survive. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow students, as we all know, we lost one of our very own, Sharika Patrick, who recently transitioned, but whose spirit will always be a part of this graduating class. Let us observe a moment of silence for her. And now, to the members of our graduating class. We have shown immense courage throughout our high school career. We have shown even more courage in the final year of this journey. I know it has made us stronger. I know it has made us more resilient. I know it has made us better. I know it has prepared us all to face the next chapter of our lives as we leave the security of the school to face the world. As we leave this institution, my challenge to you is this. Let us leave as a class proud of what we have achieved, brimming with knowledge, but more importantly, filled with compassion and ambition. And finally, class of 2018, as we embark on our individual journeys, I leave you with a quote from Steve Jobs, and I quote, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you will know when you find it." End of quote. Congratulations to you all. May God continue to richly bless us.
Thank you, Ms. DeFreitas, for those remarks. At this time, we have the school song and school pledge by the graduating class.
I
Mr. Fritz to do our benediction at this time.
Let us pray, dear Father. We thank you for the sermon that we just had. We thank you, dear Father, for the graduating class of 2018 and the achievements that they have accomplished. In a marked and special way, dear Father, we ask that you will go before them even as they have completed one part of their journey, but they are facing new chapters, new challenges, dear Father. We ask that you will go before them even as they celebrate, that they will not forget you in their journeys, even as they may commence their tertiary education or start in the career of work. We ask, dear Father, that you will bless them in all their endeavors, that they, as a class of 2018, will continue to make their mark within this community and within this territory. We ask, dear Father, that you bless the parents, those who have supported them, those that are providing necessary support for them. We ask that you will continue to bless them, that they'll be able to support them and be able to help them in whatever means and fashion, dear Father. We pray for the leaders and officials of this territory, that they're going to lead in terms of the areas of education, and more so that you're going to bless our territory, even as we continue to recover from the adverse effects of 2017, that will come out even better, dear Father, and brighter than before. We pray, dear Father, that your Spirit will continue to go before us, that you protect us as we go our separate ways, we pray. In Jesus' name.
Amen. We remain standing for our recessional. I'd like to take this opportunity to say it's been a pleasure to have been here to celebrate with the class of 2018, and we wish you all the best in the future.